we on the way out, we were British Airways, United States, all that stuff. I mean, we were flying Cadillacs at the start and stuff. On the way back, we had to fly American, and the seat I was in, for some reason, it collapsed. And I don't know about you, but it was a choice between being upright and being able to watch the film upright, or being lopsided. So I elected to write on, just basically do the whole transatlantic trip on my right buttock, and I basically haven't been able to use my left buttock for 3 days. And when I shit, it basically strafes sideways, and I have to. We're live. Oh fuck, man. We've got to sort this out. Hello. So, welcome to another. Welcome to another live from the Annex. We've got an amazing guest here today, a friend who I've had for many years called Andy Gray, who is just a phenomenal trailblazer. We're talking to him. There's all sorts of stuff going on in the Annex today, and I'd just love to give you a bit of a sense of what this place is all about. There's going to be Q&As and food challenges, beer, prizes, and natter. Lots to catch up on what we've been up to over this last month. So, Jack, should we head up? Oh. Oh. Stick that there for a second. Hey, Theo, you alright? Can I come in? Thanks, mate. Hey, hello. How you doing? Yeah. So you may recognise Theo from Shimmer Guitar, which we did 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And we've been working with Small Strings and the string murmurations on a Steve Reishi thing. Mm-hmm. And I've been co-writing this arrangement with Caroline, who is someone I've worked with for 25 years, and you've done a few tracks with, haven't you? With Caroline? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Co-written with Caroline. And so what are you up today? You're sticking down some guitars?
Yeah, I'm with some guitars over your Steve Reich interpretation.
Okay.
And hopefully I have something to show.
Okay. It's all right if I check in, see.
Of course,
yeah. Cool. I'll let you get on.
Yeah.
So you've got a Coles and a...
I'm actually DI'd. I discovered that DI actually works better for this track. So.
Okay, cool. I'll see you in a bit.
Sure.
Hello. How you doing?
Good to see you.
This food challenge for later, which is going to be absolutely terrifying.
So I guess there's not actually Peroni in there.
No, it's not Peroni. How you doing, Jojo?
Yeah, all good, all good. Can't complain. Life's good. How about you, Cam? Everything good with you?
I'm not tired at all. Jet lag, isn't it?
So, listen, we had complaints last time of there being weird microphones. So, if we follow Joe Rogan's instructions, it's a fist.
Pardon?
To where? To where?
To there.
Okay.
And so keep an eye on that, because if you go off axis, apparently it goes very quiet and annoying and we can't be heard. So you and I have just got back from LA.
Yes.
I just embarrassed myself with a story about the cabin that we got back from American Airlines that I haven't actually told you about. But I haven't seen you for a while, Jojo. What have you been up to?
Yeah, been good. I've been playing around a lot with small string gestures, which has been really fun. Like, shout out to Cam and the rest of the team. It's been and nice, to be honest. My neighbours now hate me. My girlfriend thinks I've abandoned her because I'm just in the studio all day. But yeah, life's good apart from that. Yeah, what about you?
Well, I've been mental busy with composing, so working on the last season of Inside Number 9. And I'm really conscious that I want to really make the most of it, because it's one of the greatest honours working on this TV series. If you haven't seen Inside Number 9, it's really well worth watching, and just such a lovely kind of family of a production that have been working together for a decade now on this series. And so I've been concentrating on that, but also we went to LA, Cam, didn't we?
Yeah, and not just for like a romantic getaway.
No.
We did some work.
But do you want to? We have to be somewhat
Yeah,
secretive.
the only reason I'm here is to make sure like I verbally beep you when you say too much. Yeah, it was a really good week. We chose NAMM week, and we worked out the best way to go to NAMM is to not go to NAMM.
No.
Avoid it, and but it's when everyone from the world is in
Yeah.
the area, so you get to meet the best people and have the best time.
Why don't you want to go to NAMM?
Well, there's this thing called NAMM and it's when you've met 90,000 people and hugged or shook hands. Firstly, you get really sick, but also you partially go deaf with the 600 drum kits and DJs and smoke machines all playing at the same time. It's a bit unpleasant for people that value delicate audio.
And whenever I've attended NAMM, there's this NAMM bingo that's played for, you get 1 point for a Cuban heel, 5 points for a man with sideburns that are all coloured black, and stuff like that. Like hair implants. 'Cause there's a lot of people who have wanted. Oh no, I'm being rude, but there's a lot of people with very bored-looking partners who we'll go to LA for a weekend.
Was I your bored-looking partner?
No. We'll go to LA for a weekend, not realising it's actually Anaheim, which is to LA what Croydon is to London, and they're kind of sitting, playing stuff on headphones, going, "What do you think?" And people going, "Yeah. When can we go to Santa Monica, please?" But the thing is with NAMM is what's exciting about it is that it's an opportunity where people congregate from both sides of the world, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and every major audio company, composer, producer, they're all within a taxi distance. So it's a great time to meet people.
Yeah, and we met up with some friends from France.
Yeah. Which is strange because we both had to travel a really long way to meet when we could have just hopped on a plane for an hour, but we did. I got to meet loads of people and have some really good discussions. Next year's going to be a bit too busy, but it'll be good.
And we bumped into a lot of composers.
Yes.
I mean, my big takeaway, Jojo, was that the support for what we're doing is really, is quite humbling, really. People are really behind and kind of. I guess because we're composers, people are getting what we're getting.
Yeah.
And it just, I'm not trying to pat ourselves on the back, but I think it's important to come back with a sense of we should keep going.
Yeah, of course. I think that's really important is noticing the hard work you've done to achieve something. We've worked so hard to transmit that feeling of love for the community, and getting that back just feels so nice.
Really, really lovely. We never go anywhere without sampling something. So we spent 2 days.
2 days. It was the thing of, I tell my lovely wife, who better be watching us because I said lovely.
Don't want to knock your teeth out. No,
well, be careful. Told my lovely wife we're going to LA, but we woke up before the sun was up, and by the time we left the studio, the sun was down.
Yeah.
So we could have been in a cupboard. But managed to capture a sample library that'll be out in a couple of months, hopefully.
Nice.
And I experienced something called a French dip. Have you heard of that?
It's not what I thought you were going to say when you started. What is a French dip? Come on, tell me.
A French dip isn't. Yes, it's not related to a French kiss. No, it's a bit of sliced roast beef with.
It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, a bit of sliced roast beef with some melted cheese in it. In a what's the buttery loaf they?
Brioche.
A brioche. Ooh. With a bowl of gravy that you done.
With gravy? Okay.
Yeah,
that's the hot take.
And that was good.
Okay.
And I know I don't want to get you in trouble.
How many French dips?
Cam broke some breakfast drink rules. No, but basically the hotel we stayed at is called used to be called the Hyatt House. Mm-hmm. Which was dubbed the Riot House, and it's basically there's this massive car park out the back, and Led Zeppelin used to take the 2 top floors, and because of this massive empty car park, that's where they threw the televisions. So that thing started there. But also, if you're a fan of Spinal Tap, the last scene when they're talking about Saucy Jack's the Jack the Ripper musical, there's a pool on the roof. And so the last scene of Spinal Tap is up there. So it's a place that's it's a very rock and roll hotel, but it's got a terrible breakfast. So we went to Mel's Diner every day,
Yes.
which for people who've been to LA is a bit of an institution.
That's the most LA thing I've ever heard. For the people that have been to LA.
There's a picture of Buster Keaton on the wall eating breakfast, and my brother Keaton is named after him, so it's nice to see.
Pictures of Arnold Schwarzenegger everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's nuts because I'm not into hot, but LA at that time of year, particularly when you're in a long Scottish summer, just to get a bit of sunlight and stuff is.
I mean, you both look remarkably well tanned since you came back. It was
Don't know what we looked like before that.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
So, any other things to hint at?
From our trip.
Yeah.
Oh, possibly. No, we got a lot.
We Instagrammed Snakes of Russia, a gentleman called Joseph.
We did. We had a lovely dinner with him, and hopefully we get to do something amazing with him. Got to meet loads of people. The next year's roadmap for releases is tasty.
Stuffed.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
French dipped.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting. Oh, you're looking at me like I need to say more stuff now. I'm here to be covert.
Well, maybe what we should do is, I believe we've got a bit of VT with some BTS of, not actually just what we got up to in LA, but there's been so much going on here at Crow Hill. So, are we ready to run that? Cool. So I saw some clips from Castle Sound there. Do you want to hint at what's going on there?
Yeah. So, string memorations being very gesture based, what we're calling gestures. We thought, since Crow Hill has our very own bona fide pop star, which I'm now getting funny looks, we thought we would try that theory with vocals. So we have a really gorgeous, probably the most inspirational library I've messed with, coming out soon, featuring our very own Dot Allison, which is very exciting. Yeah, and as the clip I think showed, we've started doing a little bit of a waltz as well. So we have drums coming out very soon.
With a relative of the gentleman in there.
Yeah, Theo's much shorter brother, but he's a tall man, that Theo.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting for that one. It being us, it's going to be slightly over spec for a vault, but very excited to see what people.
He's a phenomenal drummer as well.
Yes,
it's not just the kind of grooves and stuff. It's the tone.
Yeah, and the studio as well. It's one of the best engineers we've ever worked with. The kind of obsession.
Stuart Hamilton.
Yeah. It also lets us go wild. We had hose pipes to mic up the drums. Things we'll talk about a bit more because that makes no sense, but it sounds amazing. So really excited to get that one out.
Fantastic.
Hose pipes and French dips. What a good combination.
Yeah, that's our tribute band name.
I like it. Tribute to who? That's the real question.
Yeah.
I was in a resort once, and there was this really very mediocre tribute band. And they weren't actually tribute, just a cover band, and they were called Salty Water. It was so apt. It was just absolutely spot on. We've got some.
Yeah, so we're going to do a giveaway. We've got some nice goodies to give away today. And if everyone's been kind of clued in on what you've been doing on the YouTube videos and on the shorts, you might know the answer to this one. So first of all, need to make sure that everyone who answers this question spells it correctly.
Okay.
So if it's
What's
spelled
the
wrong,
prize?
the prize, we're going to give away some merch. I don't know if you've seen what me and Christian are rocking today, but we're looking pretty good, if you ask me. Yeah, it's a nice one. A lot of people loving that one.
And designed by?
Yeah, very own Dot Allison.
Dot Allison's.
Yeah, pop star in residence.
Yeah.
All the shout outs.
So yeah, today's the Dot show. But I've got one on as well. It's my favorite. I've got it in green as well. It's like white with green. It looks.
There's also these
blag sheets and stuff.
Yes.
So we'll be giving those away later.
Yes. All right, so the first question. In Christian's Blagger's Guide video, which was about modes, which mode was described as always sad? Shall I say that one more time? In Christian's Blagger's Guide to Using Modes video, which mode does he describe as always sad? And you have to spell it right. So the spelling is important. And it's a hard one to spell. It is a hard one to spell.
So we had to check that a few It's interesting, this blag sheet, the modes blag sheet, the black and white ones, for some reason, went out missing a treble clef. So if anyone's missing a treble clef, let us know and we'll get it to you. It's about this big. Something to stick on. Yeah. So we've actually got some amazing cameras set up. One of which is Theo does know this, so we're not infringing his human rights. It'd be nice to just have a little cut to Theo to see how he's getting on. I can't hear any guitars going on. I hope he's not watching Will It Chug? What's he up to, Robbie?
He's beavering away with a plectrum and positioned in his mouth in a really good
Oh, I saw this thing where someone held a plectrum here in their hands so they could do finger picking, and then they'd just switch it and then be able to strum.
That's just showing off.
What song does he have that he needs to do that for?
Theo's an amazing guitarist, got an amazing taste and amazing tone and stuff. So
I love his taste of music as well. Like, whenever I'm like, oh, this is something that only I like, and he was like, oh, yeah, I've heard all their albums. I'm like, great.
So I've just distracted myself with the plectrum story. So I know. I mean, do you know the story about how I met Theo?
No, not at all.
So I was walking up the back field, and I passed this gentleman who had a dog, and he kind of looked at me a little bit like, "Ooh, that's," it was it was a moment, and then walked past, and then he saw my dogs, and he said, "Are you Christian Henson?" And he recognised my dogs, not me. But he had just graduated from the conservatoire, and I was looking for an assistant. I said, should we go for a beer and see if we like each other? And we've been collaborating on loads of amazing stuff, and also with a lot of the people who've moved up here from London, from like the olden days and stuff like that. Theo's been collaborating and stuff. So it's been
And Theo's the star of our last Vaults.
Yeah.
exactly shimmer guitar.
So yeah, I brought it back. I made it relevant. We're good.
Yeah.
Is that Theo's like native instrument? Like, is in the sense of his first instrument?
I'm not sure it is actually. I think it's just something that he's got an affinity to. He's a really amazing singer.
Okay.
Plays the piano as well. So, but yeah. Watch this space. There's a TV series that I've done that will be coming out, I think, later this year, and Theo's really heavily featured on it. Not only as a guitarist, but also we wrote 22 songs, of which Theo's one of the 4 singers who was singing those. Got a winner. Who was that?
Gabriel Collins.
Gabriel Collins. Fantastic. How quick was that? Was it?
Oh, super quick. A whole list within seconds.
Play. Fastest gun in the West.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking part, Gabriel. We'll get that sorted for you.
Yeah.
It looks really good, and yeah, the t-shirts fit really nice as well, and I really want one of those posters as well. So whoever gets that second prize, I'm gonna be jealous. I'm saying that now. Christian, you have a plethora of friends that are way cooler than my friends, and yeah, don't give me that face. You know it. But and there's someone you want to introduce for us today.
Absolutely. For any of you who've watched a recent, we've introduced this new series called At the Coalface. It was a real delight to visit with a friend who I've known for years. I wouldn't insult him by saying how many years we've known each other for. And it was a bittersweet meeting because it involved this horrific fire and a warning to us all. So Let's give it up for Andy, and thanks, Cam, for joining us so much.
Taking my wine.
Yeah, take it away. Hey, Mr. Andy Gray. Woo, woo, woo. Thanks so much for coming up here, mate.
Hello, man.
How's it going?
Really good. Just, yeah, anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Give it the old French dip.
Yeah, very good, man. Thanks for inviting me.
That's all right, man. So we've known each other for a long time,
Yeah.
and it's interesting how people's fortunes ebb and flow. But
Indeed,
what happened? What happened to you was a true disaster, and
Yeah.
I think that one of the really important things that I've seen from it is not what happened; it's how you pick yourself up for that and turn it into an advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest that, you know, I was like, I really didn't need this.
No.
You know, and...
It was just was it at the end of the pandemic?
Well, it's kind of twofold, really. I also have I'd also designed furniture and stuff, and I'd just finished the workshop, which is downstairs. That was gone as well. And I kind of the pandemic was in mid-flow. And it wasn't just all of that. It was like, you know, if you move with all this stuff that you can see in this room, and setting up a studio is a ball ache, right?
Yeah.
Total ball ache. I mean, you know, I've done this forever, and it's like wiring it, plugging it. Just get it right, and then it happens. And you think, there's someone on my case here, right? And then you got two options. What are you going to do? So the two options is, what are you going to do? You're going to go, I've had enough. Or you go quiet for a while. That's for sure, right? So this doesn't happen instantly. So first of all, it's like, I need to... what I'm going to do with this. And then you decide that, no, you're just going to make it better. I was insured, so the money wasn't the issue, which is obviously the main issue.
No one was hurt.
No one was hurt. No, we had animals and they weren't in the barn, blah, blah, blah. But it was just, once I got over that hump of, I've had enough. I don't want to, because I'd moved from the Isle of Wight. You've done a video on the Isle of Wight, right? And setting up the studio is just a pain in the arse. I don't want to do it. I love being in the studio, and you know, if you're younger viewers watching this and they're setting up this, it's exciting, but it's not exciting plugging shit in after years and years. No. And it's just exciting playing on it. So I just thought what to do, and eventually I kind of got the mojo back for it in a route, you know, not as overall, right? And then I got this idea back, and what I'm gonna do is my vintage synthesizers, which were my since I was 9 or 8 years old, I had these keyboards, and I got this thing, and I thought, well, let me just find what I've always wanted, and let's not have loads of shit that you don't turn on, and let's just have all the things you want, and let's try and make a Vangelis circle, which I've dreamt of since I was a little boy, with my stuff in a circle, and I'm just all around me, and I did it. And it's been so fucking inspiring. It's like, what the hell? So now all my synthesizers are in like this horseshoe, and I walk in the morning, and I have a little wink to Vangelis, and I just think, well, you know, this is the dream, right? You know, I got the best shit, only the stuff that I use, and I'm now on Cubase, which I think I've got you on, right? Nearly, right? You know, so life's good. You know what I mean? You don't want a fire to have to buy all your favorite synthesizers and get over to Cubase, but if that's what it takes, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I mean, no. But in all honesty, I think that there's 2 points there. Take stock.
Yes.
It's like when you move into a house, you don't go to a house and go, we're going to paint it pink here.
That's right.
Here. You know, you
That's
just
right.
go in, take stock.
Absolutely. So just without losing that train of thought, that's an interesting point, right? So in that studio, which I did, which you guys can see, Count Me In, a documentary on Netflix about the drumming, right? So I moved into that studio 4 years before the fire. And I set up this rig at the front, which was my main stuff. And my flight cases full of everything I've ever owned were behind the sofas that you could sit and listen. We had our good friend Mark Lowe, who's the director of this thing, right? He'd come up and I'm playing the stuff. And so for 4 years, I never unboxed or opened the lid on this stuff. Only the bits that I use, right? Which was a few synths, handful of synths, or whatever, right? And it was like a house. It's like you say when you're moving, right? So the thing was, I've come to this new studio. I don't know what to do. because it's basically a blank space. So I'll just leave it where it is, and then I'll eventually sort it out. And I didn't get around to sorting it out because the truth was, all that stuff in the flight cases, which I love, I don't use. And then when you've got a brand new, so it's like the analogy of moving into a house. It's slightly different. It's moving into a house with nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't got no shit. It's your first house, right? And you got nothing, but you got enough money because you got an insurance claim to buy what you want. So it's quite different. I moved into that studio with all my shit, and I never bloody opened it, right? And you know, it's in a way. Again, I'm not condoning having a fire. You don't want it because it was psychologically a nightmare. But that was how it worked. And now I've ended up with my little horseshoe of stuff that I love to bits, and you know, obviously Cubase at the centre.
And it's you've moved on. You're not doing a kind of Sisyphean.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't buy all the stuff just because you've lost it.
Yeah.
That would have, I think, well, mentally I couldn't do that. So I didn't buy.
It's like that, what's that Hitchcock film where he loses his wife and he tries to dress up the new girlfriend?
Oh yeah, that's
It's-
right.
But do you know what I mean?
It's exactly the
It's-
same.
It's like you've got to move forward.
It's exactly that. It's exactly that.
And it's something we haven't talked about when we've been on camera together. I have an affinity with your incredible career in the sense that I started to a lesser sense in the dance field, but we both have become, among other things, orchestral composers.
That's right.
And neither you nor I know Mixolydian from Aeolian.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Yeah.
Christian has promised me one of those posters, and every morning with a coffee, I'm going to look at it and go, "Oh, funny, I could remember that."
But for me, this is the crux of what Crow Hill's all about.
Yes.
Because making music that isn't scales, that isn't playing Bach,
100%.
God bless him,
100%.
but actually making music just like when you draw from your imagination.
Yes.
Making music from your imagination.
From the heart.
From the heart.
From the heart and imagination.
Yeah.
100%.
And going on those adventures is one of the greatest things you can experience.
Exactly, and you know, not being orchestrally trained, blah blah blah, and so moving from synthesizers to having the ability to hire a massive string section, that plays your music, is such an honor, and mucking around with harmonies and clashing, you know, and what's wrong with bum notes? Bum notes are great, right?
Yeah.
They're fucking great. But the bum note on the string doesn't work on the brass and it doesn't work on the piano. You need the right bum notes, the rubbing notes for these things. And it's really exciting to go from the synthesizer or the basic drum machine. You know, when I was young, it was just an analog synthesizer. Now we've got all these
Do you want
things.
to take us through your journey? You come from the East End of London.
Yeah, exactly. And I went to it's gone now. It's in Denmark Street, Tin Pan Alley. So I went to Rod Argent's, and when I can't remember, I was like 13.
This is a place in central London where famously
The main street, Tin Pan Alley.
a
which is the
small street with just music shops.
music shop.
Just off
So,
Tottenham Court.
And lots
Tottenham
of
Road,
people-
exactly right, exactly.
Lots of people like us is our noses.
Right, you can't afford. I couldn't afford
Yeah,
anything. I just
exactly.
went there, right? So I couldn't afford anything. My mate was into drumming, right? So my drumming mate went into Rose Morris, and he went on the drums, and I went into Rod Argent's, which had the best synthesizers, and I put headphones on, and I was 13 years old, and I did it every Saturday. I got on the tube, and I stood in the shop, and it was 2 years later. They said, like, "Would you like a job demonstrating these synthesizers?"
Wow.
Because I never bought one off of them because I had no money.
And what kind of synthesizer?
Well, everything from you've got a VS. I got the job when I was so we're talking with the early days. We're talking about basically not modulars because it's the 80s, right? So I don't know. I saw the JX 8P come in, the JX 10, the VS, the Prophet VS, Prophet 5 was there. The guy upstairs was repairing Prophet 5s, all this stuff, and I got put on. So one afternoon, the bloke said to me, his name is Mickey whatever, and he was the owner of Rod Argent's at the time. Rod Argent's is the guy who wrote "Hold Your Head Up." You know, there's a big song. I don't want to sing. But, when I say I don't want to sing, I do want to sing, but I can't sing.
He wrote Black Magic Woman as well, I think.
Yeah, Rod Argent.
right on.
It's Rod Argent. So that's him, right? Rod Argent. So that's his shop, right? And anyway, so they said to me one afternoon, it was like 4 o'clock, you know more about these things than us. Would you like a job demonstrating? And I said yes. And they said, we'll pay you £25 a day to start with. This is a long time ago, right?
That's all right.
And I went home and said to my mum and dad, I'm going to go to work on Monday. and that was it. And my mum and dad obviously said, whatever, school balls are going to be around, you're going to get in trouble. So that's it. I just left school.
Andy, I think so much with what you said resonates with me because I'm like from the same area as London from you. Like
Exactly. We are
you're
from the same
Leighton.
area.
I think the amazing thing about your story is it's so relatable.
Yeah.
I think there's actually a queue of people that are waiting just to like ask you a few questions. Do you mind if we quickly cut away?
Let's
to
do
that?
it, man.
Yeah. What's the first one we got up?
Yeah.
Peter Steer says, ask Andy about his insane new guitar that's being built.
So on the inside.
Andy's wife is over there.
Hang on. That's not fair.
What's new guitar?
That's not fair because that's not fair.
It's okay, I know.
Yeah. So it's been in the making. So I'm having a 5 foot, it's nearly done, 5 foot long guitar to be made. I'm not a guitarist, I'm a hacker, but the key is that the bridge, if you're a guitarist, is in the middle of the 5 foot. You play one end, and you can play it like a slide. It's like a lap thing. But the other side of the bridge, which is the central bridge, is the same length as the side you play, and it has pickups both sides. Nice. So what you have is the problem you have with this lovely, the Strymon and all that shit. What you have is and you can hear that, the plectrum or your finger, right? But the other side of the bridge is gone. But the resonance is identical. Nice. And I had this lovely man that I sent an email. This is true. I wanted this thing made, right? So I know that Marco Beltrami's got something similar that I'd seen years ago. And I wanted this thing made. I designed it and I sent out 25 emails. This is true. All around the world, like mainly America, obviously, and no one wanted to make this thing. And there's a guy not far from Cornwall, maybe Somerset way, Andrew Wyman, I think he is, and he's making this thing for me.
Nice.
And it is so cool, right? So he made it, and it was like nearly done, and then because there's nowhere to get the strings, right? They're 5.5 foot strings, right?
Can't go to the corner shop for
No, we can't go. You can't go to the corner shop or Ernie Ball, right? So that's the main thing, right? So he made it, and he's like, it's done, and it bananaed, right, because of the tension, right? So now it's even better. It's black on the top, which is he stained it ebony, and he's put aluminium like inserts underneath. This thing is like, it's coming in about a month and a half's time. And we were going to have a pickup on it called, whatever. But we had a pickup on it called a Sustainiac.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't need an EBO, right?
Yeah.
Problem is, because he's put aluminium, the Sustainiac don't work. Because it's metal. So now he's making me a drone machine, which no one knows about, including Pete Steer. But anyway, yeah, I'm very excited. I want to show it. So if you guys, if your viewers want to come to my channel, I don't do many videos like you, not great like you, but I'm going to do a little bit more behind the scenes
Please.
of what I do. Do you know what I mean?
We'll be allowed to come down and
You come down and look at this motherfucker, this thing.
Yeah.
So. Is
that what it's called?
I think I'm going to call it the mother. Yeah, basically that's what it is. Yeah, it's a mother. Yeah.
Have you given it a name yet?
I haven't given it a name, but I think I like Christian's name, motherfucker.
I was going to say we could open it to the chat, see what that
No,
comes up.
please, if someone can name it,
Yeah.
it's 5 foot long, it's aluminium. So let's come up with something interesting. And it is not like a banana anymore.
Yeah, it's fallen off a little bit. I've got really weak grip strength, is what I learned.
Wow, you know what I mean?
to fix for you.
You've got good strong arms.
Got another community question.
Okay.
Yeah. Andrea Giordani would like to know, Andy, what's your best thing about Cubase except for the Halion Finder?
So it's interesting, and I think I may have got my one of my really good friends, Christian, here over to Cubase, or he's going to dabble. So the best thing on Cubase, like let's say coming from Logic, without getting geeky, is basically it's I don't like the word, but the visibility agent, right? So it's the ability to show what you want to see when you need to see it within either a left and right marker or within a selection of tracks, or show me the strings or show me the bass. The visibility agent is the game changer, because I spend too much time on a really complicated computer, all of the shit going on, scrolling up and down looking for shit. I don't look for anything anymore. Everything I do is like, boom, there's legato, there's brass, there's piano. It's made that's the first thing. And the second thing, which I explained to you earlier, right, is this a little world. Has a control panel for your outputs, and it is this little, you can build this little kind of mini universe and color it and do that, and it's yours. And my Cubase does not look like anyone else's Cubase because they're all custom. Everything's custom. Everything's got a keystroke. Anything you see, you can assign a keystroke. If you think, oh, I want to give a keystroke, there's a list. None of this like, oh, I've got to keep. I'm tapping that bloody mouse less than a quarter of what I was a year ago.
So how do you find things? Is it like a Command F kind of thing, or is it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can have Command F, but this thing is super. I mean, I've got an iPad with everything programmed. I program myself, whatever, that easy
He's
to do.
promised me.
And I will share my iPad
switch.
shit with this man.
This man is
My
going to get
good
so
friend.
many phone calls at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, and I don't care. I love it. No, I just love it. It's like, it's also refreshing. We was talking about it down the pub, right? It's also like, I said to my other friend, another Christian, a film guy, and I said, I must be mad switching from one to the other in the middle of a paid project. But the truth is, if you don't do it on a paid project, can you be bothered to learn something new on your spare time?
But what's wrong with changing the tools?
And that's what you said. So that's exactly what you said. You said actually it changes it, and it's freshened it up for me. I've found the whole thing snappier. I found it like it's just workflow is the thing.
So I've got a bit of a thing that I'm planning on doing, Jojo.
Okay, I'm scared and excited.
The
at the same
Cubase
time.
thing, we'll have to wait and see. It just seems like an opportunity for me. I've owned a sampler since I was 15, and I'm 52 now. I think it was only Ferris Bueller and myself who had samplers.
I had an emulator too in my bedroom because I wanted them to be Ferris Bueller, and I sampled Ferris Bueller's samples off the film.
From no context, that you all seem crazy, right?
Because we're old enough to know that great film.
Just like sometimes you have a clean out of your this, that, and the other. I'm thinking of deleting all of my samples.
Not you. Not the man who has the best sample library known to humanity.
Yeah, and I just think it would be quite fun to use some different tools and to make them as I need them. It's the plan. We'll have to see.
Well,
I'm middle of a job at the moment, but I've got the next job that's coming on. I'm just thinking that, you and I are going to make a film about inspiration and writer's block and stuff. And I think one of the things, and actually you touched on it today, it's this thing about finding the same shapes.
oh my God.
Reaching for the same sounds, the same tricks.
Yep.
And I think what's really exciting, I mean, it's very obvious this is a new chapter for me. It's
Yep.
like, well, actually, it might be quite nice to ditch all of those habits and have a bit of a fresh start.
I think it would, for someone like, listen, man, you got not only your own personal libraries, but you've got, years and years of making libraries that we all use and love, right? Yeah. I mean, Christ, I have my own samples that are mine, but they're primitive, but they do but I use your stuff for this is the big orchestra, this is whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
No, definitely, without a doubt. It can't be done, right, without it. But for you to do that, the thing is, how to redo it, and you're a little bit older and a little bit wiser. So
but
I'll buy it, put it that way, right?
But you've been an inspiration to me because I'm not going to do what you didn't do.
That's right.
It's not about making the same stuff again.
Nope,
It's
fuck
about
that.
new stuff.
Exactly. That's the thing. Because that's done. It's in the bag.
It's in the bag. It's done.
If you need to you delete it, but you must have a backup, right? If you don't back it up,
I want at least 3 copies.
Yeah.
Can you?
Well, the one thing
actually, the main thing is send me everything you got.
well, I'm
then you
gonna-
delete it, and then and I can use it.
I feel really left out of these trade deals. Like, you two are making trade deals without me.
Well, the idea,
No,
Jojo,
I'll give
is
you a
maybe
copy.
I'm going to share this stuff with the community as a whole because I've got some mad stuff.
I can imagine.
Use. Talking of which, you had to go on murmurations.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, thanks.
I fucking love it.
We're not trying to show here, but I just thought it'd be fun for you to try this new one, Small Strings. We asked you not to play on it, and then you actually played a bit on the
Well,
train.
I didn't play on it properly, but on the train up here, you said a couple of things to me about what it is, and I had 5 minutes, no speakers, no nothing, right? I just had a little look.
As in just MacBook speakers, like, straight out?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. On a noisy train. I have a nice MacBook though.
Do you want to have a little?
I would love to.
have a little look.
I can't wait to see you play.
Well,
I think as well, knowing like your background of where you come from playing wise, I think it makes it so interesting as well.
No, just nick this from me.
So this is the bad boy, is it?
Yeah.
And it's physically smaller than the first one, right?
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that it's try and keep it as simple as and as just instant as possible.
Okay. So the one thing you got to say with this stuff is that you did say on your video about learning the instrument, not instrument, the software instrument.
Yeah.
And some of them do and don't have keys, so we got to watch. Oh my fucking god, what's going on there then? It's like, hang on, why does that sound like, that's to die for, right? Ah. There's no foot pedal here, so everyone, I need a foot pedal, but anyway, we can hold that, and I want to go here. Oh my fucking god! It's like, because you know I'm a massive Johan Johansson fan.
Yeah.
God, you know that's incredible.
So Andy, a question that I've had is a lot of people.
Hang on, I'm listening.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I love it. Fucking love it. You know what? What is interesting? There's a more immediacy. I love murmurations. There's no if or but there's something about this has a sound.
A lot of people have been asking online, can't you just recreate that kind of sound with normal samples?
Well, the answer is no, you fucking can't. Simple as that, right? But I did watch your video. I didn't play on this, but I did watch your video on, like, Cam's presets, right? And then you can bust. And then you can not worry about the murmuration side of it. M83 is it? We love, me and my wife love, what's it called? Versailles. M83. I mean, this is just lush. Organic. I'm sold, mate.
What do you look?
It's like a CPU non-hog. That's the thing. Who wants a CPU hog? And this thing is no CPU hog. Whoa. What the fuck's going on that bottom end? I'm not even using a CC, right?
Yeah.
I'll try that.
Well, the thing that I'm really into is composing, and I'm better at it if I can use both my hands.
I'm not very good at it, but I'd make a living out of it. I love it. I love this. I love this thing. So I just picked a random preset because I love the TV show Fortitude, and you've called it Fortitude, and I'm in. I love it, mate.
What is it that you know? What is it about sound when you go in?
It's really, really important sound, right? Because I've said it before. I think I said it on one of our talks, right? So it's really, really important. So yes, there's only 12 notes, whatever, and we've all got to work out what to do. But the way that it sounds is, to someone like me anyway, I'm not going to play loads of fiddly notes just because someone's being chased down the road or it's a comedy moment. I'm going to try and evoke the feeling through sound. So I'm going to play, I've said this for years and years, as least notes possible to hit a cue. Or in dance music, when I used to do dance music, we're not playing loads of notes to make people dance. We're playing very little notes, but we're playing the vibe, the sound that they want to hear. to make them jump up and down, or bounce up and down, and you can do the same with film music. You can evoke emotion through sound. Obviously, you need a note, but there's only 12. And some people do complicated music, like classical style, where it's and then that in itself makes an emotion. But when you get something like, string murmurations was the first one where you got to be careful. If we're playing a D, we can change the key, so we've got to stay in D or C. But the emotion of the intimacy of string murmurations when I first heard it was really, really good. But I did listen to this on the train, and I thought, wow, there's a tone to this that for me I actually like more than string murmuration. Okay. I just do. I love string murmuration, but this has a really, really, really sort of visceral, like you're in the room with the string players, and they're not playing for you. I'm playing those chords, just simple chords, and the emotion is massive. And you can use it in two ways. These things you can use. I haven't got an idea. Going to bust out some chords, avoid the black notes, which I normally don't do. And then I haven't got an idea. And then you can start with that seed, record the audio or MIDI, and then go back, start doing your normal composing. And then often I would just, on murmurations, for instance, I'm not sure on this, but often I would pick something. Let's have a listen, I haven't heard this. Okay, so quite major with a drone. So often I would use it as a starting point, push this thing down, and then play the normal chords with the velocity mode where you're not getting the change, the murmuration, whatever, and then record that, and then you can even pitch that in the door to what you want. So it's an inspirational thing, but the key is that the thing sounds very, very organic and very, to me, very Johan Johansson, and when I very first heard Prisoners, the film Prisoners, it changed my life. Like in a massive. I heard Gary Newman in '79. I was 9 years old. Changed my life. Synthesizers. I can't remember what year Prisoners come out. No one told me who Johan Johansson was or what to watch. I just watched this thing, stopped it 20 minutes in with my wife, and said I need to buy the score because this is a fucking game changer. And I think you are capturing that organic. You can hear people playing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Thanks. Can't replay that shit with the MIDI.
No, it's interesting. Come and have a
Come
pint.
over,
Yeah. I think it. Something that.
Yeah, mate. Corona good?
Something that I've. One of the greatest honours of my journey has been to meet so many composers, and I would say roughly 10% of them are
is that on the camera?
on me, over to me. But there's, I'd say about 10% of composers are really obsessed with sound, and often say the same thing that a single sound can convey emotion.
100%.
You sit by the sea, that's not music. It's relaxing. That's right. You sit by an ambulance, not relaxing.
Because you could be dead.
Yeah, exactly. No, very relaxing.
Or dying.
Yeah. And I have to say, I don't know if you like talking about this, but one of your biggest triumphs was a TV series that Big Brother. And
yeah, I don't mind talking about it. Yeah, exactly. And it was interesting. So that was a battle.
Can I just preface it that if you haven't heard, well, you would have heard the music for Big Brother, but I would challenge anyone in this room that you could listen to one frame of any piece of those themes that you did, and you would get it. It's like it's an incredible feat of audio branding.
It's very, very classical music. And in fact, my mate at Universal, Mike McCormack, back at the time, it's been played by. I didn't do it on a classical basis.
Yeah,
I did it on. I did it on years and years of trial and error to try and. So Big Brother, the original version of Big Brother, is 13 minutes long, and it's the genre for your viewers or whatever is called progressive house. So I started progressive house, just me. I know it sounds crazy and it's unbelievable, but that is what it is. And what it was trying to make, because I was in a band, Amoeba Assassin, and I was DJ and all this stuff, and is trying to make I don't know, say ecstasy, but anyway, let's just say the word ecstasy. So trying to work out how to, we had acid house, and we were, anyway, I was too young, whatever, and then we had Dutch. Now we've got Dutch house, which is a new thing, but we had acid house, and then we had like Chicago house. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. Then we had Detroit house. I'm like, what? It's Joey Beltram and the boys, right, from Detroit, and this was unbelievable. And I discovered it I was a massive fan. I am a fan of the Orb, the band The Orb. And Julia and I, my wife, used to go to all-nighters at Brixton till 6 in the morning. Boof, 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 boof. So The Orb is like an ambient band. Have you heard of The Orb?
I haven't.
Well, The Orb is to die for, right? And they've got a track called Assassin. That's how we come on. And at about 4 in the morning, when everyone is folding over, then this guy come on, playing Detroit House. And I thought, this is the future. This of dance music. This is where it is. And he called it Armchair House. So it was like basically a kick drum, a snare drum, a 303, and maybe a hi-hat. Done. Simple, amazing. So I took that seed of an idea and I tried for years and years, and I mean like 20 years, slowly evolving through Amoeba Assassin, the records we released. And we did, before Big Brother, we did, USA We, Oakenfold, it doesn't do fuck all, and that's on the video. Right, so we did, we did Get Carter. I love the film, the original. I'm a massive fan of I'm a massive fan of everything that Michael Caine has ever done. I mean, obsessed, right?
Yeah.
And we got to do the remake where Mickey Rourke beats Sylvester Stallone within each of his life. And that track's called Descent. And I'd done that. And then I did another one, and another one, and another one. And it just happened that the Endemol was just starting a brand new company. They said, we're pitching for this TV show called Big Brother. It's going to be a reality thing. And obviously I didn't know what, we didn't know what a reality show was. We'd never seen one, right? Mm. And I had my daughter Amy underneath. It's my turn to babysit. And she was 6 months old or whatever. And I come up with this idea, and it was a progression. It wasn't like a pitch. I'd done this thing, and I thought, this is getting good. And I sent it in, and the management went, no, we're not going to put that in. There's no Paul Oakenfold. He's on tour. There's nothing to do with that. So they're going, oh, I ain't going to put that in, right? I said, I'm not doing anything else. I think this is really good. Mm. And immediately, 360 people for that TV show pitched, right? For the first time in my life, I actually had the balls to say I'm not doing anything else to my manager. Wow. And then I got the call, and I met I've forgotten his name, Philip Jones, the head of Endemol. Went to near Soho House, it wasn't there then, but wherever it was, Manchester Square. Went in London, met the guy. He said, we need this. I'd done a 13-minute song. Then he did, 30-minute sting, second sting, sorry, bloody blah. And the interesting thing is, and it was obviously it's big. But the weird thing was, we were also playing Glastonbury that year, Steve and I, and Amoeba Assassin.
That's a good name drop.
Well, we were, right?
Yeah.
And System 7 were playing, and it was, we were always hired by the mad, whatever you want to, traveller types, and which I love. And I woke up in my tent, and they were playing the greyed out mix of Big Brother at Glastonbury, right? And we wandered out pissed one night. And they're playing the 13-minute version. So to us, to you and me, because I'm over it, but we just hear it as a TV sting. But back then, it was a big change. Mm. And then Sasha, Digweed, which I used to do their things, everyone's moving into progressive house, which was a produced version of Detroit House. That's the seed. Want it to be. You've just bought this module, right? The mother of all kick drums. So I want the mother of kick drums, the mother of synths, and blend it all together into this thing that is going to be different. And you know what? What is it now? 23 years old, right? Yeah. Nothing. I'm not saying about my piece of music, but that is secular. That sound, not that song, is the same as today. Yeah. There's nothing new. There's nothing new. And it's like, dance music, I love. My son introduced me to Dutch House. And that was like a massive, we had 5 years of partying again, me and Julia in our kitchen with our mates, because Dutch House was like, ooh, this is the shit, right? Kill the noise thing. And all that. I'm like, wow, this is the new, and but you realise that actually they're just listening to what and I don't mean that in a nasty way. No. I mean, it just, we need something brand new in dance music, for instance. I mean, I don't do anymore, but I loved that. And when I did the TV show, it wasn't a TV show. It was 30 seconds of a 13-minute song. The riff that you hear on the telly, you only hear once in 13 minutes. It was a bitch to cut onto vinyl because you wanted 8-minute vinyl. I'm like, no, it's got to be 13 minutes. You know, it's got to go on and on and on till it drives you mad and hopefully gets you high.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a. I've known you for so many years, Andy, and I've never actually heard that story. But what I find extraordinary is it's never dated, not for a minute.
No, thank you. And I yeah, exactly. I agree. And I think that it hasn't dated because it was just not because I'm no genius or anything. It was just because it is true to what it was. You know, nothing to do with me. It's to do. I'm trying to make people on a dance floor, a club, or festival really enjoy it and really feel like this is the real thing. Yeah. The difference is, it's like we're composers, right? Yeah. And that someone comes to you and say, could you do a track that sounds like Andy Gray? Or they come to me and say, can I do a track that sounds like you, right? Well, I can listen to you and try and copy you. But it won't be what you would have done for that brief, right? Because you move on. You're not...
Well, you'd hope to. Yeah.
Well, I move on because I can't remember what I played yesterday.
I think it's that you just brought up. I'm going to go and see Theo and see how he's getting on. But I just think you just brought up one really important point. You said you and me, and we're composers.
Yes.
And the definition of that is if you played something or sang something, performed something that hasn't been sang, played, or performed before. You composed it.
That's all.
That's all it is.
That's what. It's not a composer like this. Like you're the executive. No, I don't have a cloak. No, but Rick Wakeman has a cloak, and he got.
I'm going to earn a cloak for this
maybe
stuff.
You need a cloak to go and see Cam.
Okay.
No, but exactly. So you're coming up with something new, and it's all it is. And basically, you got a typewriter or you got a piano, right?
Yeah.
I got both.
We actually have a typewriter.
Well, I've got a keyboard, innit?
Fair, yeah, that works.
I've got to name the tracks.
Typewriter's a good one. Bass typewriter.
Drums.
See, I like making puns out of mine. Like, I like, for instance, if it's like...
Hello, how's it sounding?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that?
Mate, that was killer.
Something's live.
Was that through my headphones?
Yes, I think it's through my headphones.
Like, you've got some charisma.
One.
It's crazy.
It sounds...
Man, it's like you're East London through and through.
Oh, I think it's coming through the...
Yeah.
The speakers through there? Yeah, the speakers through there, yeah.
Can I? Oh, wait, I'll maybe turn them off.
I think your mic's alive, that's for sure. That's what it is. Yeah.
Cool.
So how's it coming along?
It's good. Yeah, it's okay. I've just been busy layering a bunch of
Like,
guitars.
Can I hear?
Sure.
like,
Hopefully that won't come out the speakers as well. You have to wear cans actually. So pretty nice speakers. So
Yeah, we've definitely got like mics live.
cool. So I took influence from Pat Metheny's version of Electric Counterpoint.
Ah.
Time come to me and said, they're missing some music for a couple of scenes. 3 or 4 scenes on season 2. Sounds just absolutely stunning.
Yeah, I think
Because we've been talking about an album
the
idea.
DI really works. Like nice.
Because I think that Pat Metheny,
I think he did DI.
yeah, I think it was one of those ovations. I think,
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, the really shit acoustic. We did buy one of those.
You did buy one of those?
Yeah.
So we'll be done in a minute, but it'd be great to play it to the...
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Shall I let you through?
Whereabouts you living now?
I live like near Catford now.
Near where?
Near Catford, so it's like Lewisham.
Yeah, you're still in that.
Yeah, I'm
I mean,
still
I 30 years ago, I moved to the countryside to avoid all that.
there. Yeah, I don't blame
And
you.
just get my head, get my head clear.
Yeah.
I really need to go to the toilet.
Me too.
Do you?
But is this on live?
Yeah, you go first, and I'll do a giveaway. And
Is that all right?
yeah, of course. Keep
Okay.
the seat warm. You know, it's downstairs.
I'll be back.
Yeah, you don't want to go there. So, Jojo, we've got another giveaway, I believe.
Yeah, this is one. Whoever wins this one, I'm saying it again. I already said it once, but I'm saying it again. I'm going to be so jealous whoever wins this
Okay.
one. I might have to track him down and Liam Neeson style. This is for one of the Black Sheep modes posters.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. So, yeah. Let's...
I would recommend getting the ones in the green and the... Because they've got a nice finish to them, haven't they?
And they're quite heavy.
Yeah.
Like they've got like a good amount of weight to them, a good amount of torque,
Yeah.
a good amount of inertia. I learned that word the other day. I don't know what it means 100%, but it sounds cool. Let me just find a question.
So I if I remember the question correctly, yeah, you're going to have to be really fast on this one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be interested to see how many people get it wrong, because most people do.
I mean, I would have to completely guess. I never watched Friends, so I'm like, yeah, wasn't allowed. Banned.
Oh,
I know.
slipped one out there.
Oh my god!
No, it's fine. No.
Okay, it's not there. Oof. Okay, let's get the question out of the way before I spoil it. How many claps are there in the Friends intro song? There's a lot of people doing that clap in their head right now and typing as fast as they
It's
can.
usually one less than they think.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, did you watch it?
Yeah, I mean, I've been told it hasn't aged well, but it was. I don't know why. It was just I think that my generation really failed at growing up, and it seemed to reflect upon that, and the fact that we were children pretending to be adults and stuff, and I think that context has been lost a bit. Am I right in saying that we should move along to the food challenge? Back. So basically, every month we do a food challenge. You missed out on the hot sauce.
Which is one, would have been my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, are you a master?
I love that.
As well?
Like where my son puts like a fucking matchstick into the hottest sauce known to humanity.
And then I know we're going to do the stinky fish challenge coming up. We don't.
Whoa! What's...
Yeah, we don't force anyone to do anything they don't want to. So Alice Allen didn't have to have the hot sauce because she'd had it a week before. But the only condition is I have to do the food challenge.
Good, and we want to see that.
So basically, this is a lucky dip today, and the theme today. And it's food challenges that are based on kind of YouTube memes that we enjoy. And there's this guy who does army rations. And it's an army ration challenge. So not only do we have to eat this stuff, but we have to cook it on this table.
Wait, do we have like a pan? Do we have like a microwave?
No. And I thought of getting like that, but it's like, no, this is what army people... So
Christian, I know I just brought up another beer and everyone can see, but I was just thinking with these nice army rations and there's some daddy here.
Yes,
Is that for later?
No. I have a real love of eating really shit food with good wine. So there's a Big Mac with a really tasty rioja. Okay, so
open the wine then. Let's have a. Is it a pouch?
Grab a pouch.
Is it a nice? Can you give me a nice one? Have I got two pouches or is that one pouch?
That's fine.
That's a load there.
How's the food ration smelling?
I don't know why I brought that beer up.
Wow, thank you. I'll close my eyes. I feel like that's a bad one. That one feels too heavy. Okay.
Yeah,
They're heavier than I thought they'd be.
This is really heavy.
Yeah.
I'm actually not a vegetarian. I've got spicy veg pasta.
Oh.
Is that it? Yeah, fuck that off. Oh, here we go. What's this? Beef chili. I'll go with
You
that.
just nicked mine. And I just know meatballs are just not going to be good.
No, I don't want meatballs.
Is there someone free to do one for behind the cameras?
What are these sweets? Do they just get sweets in the
Yeah, so
army,
this
or-
is basically is meant to keep you sustained.
I still don't get how
one
we
meal
cook
time.
Oh my god,
powder.
dude! Can I copy you? Because I never read instructions, even with plugins.
Read the fucking manual. So we've got chocolate cake. Oh, I have to say I've got
I
a
think I
real
left my
I've got a
glasses
real
on for
thing
this.
for this kind of
Oh, this is a whole meal.
yeah no it's the whole yeah it's
The whole day's. Wait, we can eat the whole day's ration in one.
no it's not whole day. This is just one
This is just one meal. They're eating
energy
good.
drink powder.
They're eating good out there.
Okay, so we've got to work out how to do.
Can we all copy you, Christian?
Okay, so insert unopened meal pouch.
We might need some water.
Okay, right, you guys read the instructions. I'll get some water.
Can
For
you-
context,
yeah, go on,
I've
read
got,
the instructions.
I've got all day breakfast, which is.
That sounds good.
I don't know.
It's going to be so horrible.
I don't know if it
So-
will be.
We got a hot pack. I read it as something else at first. Do you want it in German or in English?
I don't speak German, so German will be good.
Selbstheitssitzung.
No, English,
Beutel, Partennummer. Oh, we don't need to know.
Part number. I got that.
Okay, insert unopened meal pouch in the heater sleeve. I think this is the heater sleeve. Oh, there's an open seal thing. I think that's what it means. Maybe? No, it says tear here. Or here, aufreißen.
There is a tear here.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
that?
yeah, it is teared on the image. All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
Right, so it's open.
Okay, step 1 is done.
Step
Step
one.
2, add water to sleeve up to fill line, which is 50 milliliters.
We need Christian for that bit.
We do need Christian for that, but he's not escaping from that.
Carry on reading so we can work out what's this.
Once we've done that, we need to fold the sleeve under the meal, and there's a heater that needs to go underneath. So that's the under bit.
What do you mean a heater?
So this little pouch at the bottom.
That is the
That's the
heater.
heater. So you want to have that bit closed, the food in the middle,
Okay.
and then fold that over? Question mark.
Well, yeah.
And then we opened end of heater sleeve. I think that's when it's cooked. Doesn't say for how long. Folded edge of heater goes into the box. Box or envelope? Did you get a box or an envelope?
I lost you a minute ago.
You're like, I don't know where we are right
I
now.
lost you a little bit. Want to know is it says beef steak chili.
Oh, that sounds nasty.
I think it is going to be available for best of until 2025. So that's
Okay,
good.
we've got a good time.
It feels really, really good. Like just squeeze that.
I don't know. We have very different definitions of good. I mean, give this one a squeeze. I think it's a sausage in there. I think I've got my French dip, I've got sausage, I've got my 5-footer.
Yeah, there's definitely a sausage wriggling around in there.
Just one sausage.
Good luck with that.
The lone sausage. This is probably a good time to mention I've got a really weak gag reflex.
Sausage challenge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bad time to admit that I've got... No, I can't. I
No,
can't.
no,
I
don't
can't.
admit that.
Not on live.
Not on. What has this got to do with it? Breath freshener?
I think that's just to make sure we don't throw up, maybe.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you know what? They're very civilized, though. They've given us cutlery.
They have.
And they've given us white sugar. I don't
This
know.
is actually quite complicated.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is...
no. I mean, can you imagine doing this after like marching?
Well, can you imagine doing this
Cold
like you've been
hands.
like you're half dead, been bombed,
You know,
and
it's
you
just
crawl
horrific.
into a corner, go, I'm starving.
Add water. Okay, so open sleeve.
You have to
Yeah, so,
Tear.
tear the top off.
so you need to tear it up. Oh, have we got a winner?
Few answers ranging from 0 up to 11.
Up to 11. Hey, that's my favourite.
We love it when it goes to 11.
0 to
But
11.
the first person with the correct answer of 4 was called Jammy Pockets.
He is a
Jammy
jammy
Pockets.
pocket. Jammy Pockets, I'm jealous of you. You're my number one up out there, but congratulations.
Yeah, well done.
Okay, so add water.
Yeah, so we need to add water to 50 milliliters.
What, inside that pouch?
Yeah, inside here. And apparently there's like a line we need to add it up to, I think. Oi. There's another... Oh, I went so Doncaster.
Can you imagine, like, you're getting bombed and they've got to look at the line in the packet?
We maybe should have looked at these before. So there's another tear here. I don't know if any of you guys have got one on the side there.
That's where you tear it when you want to eat it, I think.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
That's why all the soldiers are diving of starvation, because they can't.
no,
They can do anything, but they can't work this out.
No.
50 mil, mate.
There's a wavy line at the bottom here.
oh! Guys, you feel up to here. Look over here. It's up to there. So not
It's not a lot.
not a
It
lot.
just activates the pouch, I think, actually.
Right. Science. Yeah, I'll open yours. Oh wait, you need to take some. Take your meal.
What do I do with this?
No, you put the meal in.
What, the whole meal would have sealed?
Yeah. It's going to heat it up.
yeah.
The
Oh, I
pouch-
see.
Yeah.
And then nothing else, just a meal. And then what, seal it up?
There's a lot of
And seal
people
it?
who are from the armed forces going, look at these.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I feel very green right now. Okay, I think that's
Yeah.
that's the line.
And then you seal it. You seal it with the
Oh, with what?
this. Like,
Oh, yes.
Oh. You know, I can tell you're good at manuals. This is very good at following this.
Listen, I can't.
but to be warned, it'll get really hot. I mean, like almost boiling hot.
Listen,
So do we need
I don't care, because I need to see
But
my
just
friend over there eat that sausage.
At least it's not a 5-footer or a French dip. It could be worse.
Right.
Okay.
So now we fold it over and do.
Oh, I can feel it.
Mine's freezing.
No.
Oh, here he goes.
Yeah.
It's sizzling. Woo!
Christian.
Hey, that is
I've got
making
really
a noise.
hands again.
What the fuck?
Whoa!
I think we've definitely done something wrong.
mine is like.
So the heater bit's supposed to be at the
If there's
bottom.
there's ever a case for not going for conscription, keeping our army private, I think we're proof of that.
I love that they've given like such a really.
Okay. I'm going to have a bit of
Spoon
the
as
chocolate
well.
cake. I'm not really a cake fan, but
No.
See, mine's not.
so basically these are like really high calorifically apparently.
Which one?
Yeah, just the whole thing.
I haven't got the cake. I got this too. Mine is boiling, man.
That's insane, isn't it?
So you got a chocolate cake, and I've got a super trail mix.
Oh, okay. Now mine's
tell you
doing
what.
something.
No, because yours not. Yeah.
That looks
Let's aim it
really
away
nice.
from my face.
You guys.
Hey, this is pretty good.
This is really good.
Look at me go. Smells like
That's boiling.
Yeah. No. It's nuts.
smells like mum's cooking.
If your mum's watching this, and you've just said your mum's cooking smells like a bloody DIY survival pack, what are you going to do when you go home?
I won't. I'll have to. I'll have to. I've made my bed and I'll lie in it.
Yeah, good man.
And these are sporks, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I love that.
They're known as.
Spoon/fork.
Yeah. How are we doing for time, Anna? Okay, because this takes like 10 minutes.
Oh, this is
apparently.
just.
Yeah.
Yep. Have we got like got a 3rd-degree burn from? No, I haven't.
But it's nuts, isn't it?
No, that's really, really hot. That is like serious.
Yeah, no,
hot.
it's like a boiling kettle.
It is indeed.
I think. Do you just?
So this
inhale
is actually
powder?
very nice, Christian. I will share this with you because
Thank
it's
you.
actually lovely.
I thought it's like a creatine thing. We just.
Very nice. Look, I'll share this with you because you've got to deal with that sausage in a minute.
The 5-footer.
It's nice. I don't know. It's really nice. I like this.
Well, I heard that with the MRI patch that they provided for the Americans, Tabasco worked out to make these tiny, really thick bottles of Tabasco, tiny ones, and it meant that people of different tastes could add a bit of spice.
That's
and
a good-
apparently, it really, really increased
Boost morale.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Good
So
idea.
you're a spice man.
Well, yeah, but I do like, obviously I've got a delicate taste as well.
Yeah.
If I say so myself. No, I do like it. I do love when Will, my son, discovered. I've forgotten what it's called now. What's it called, darling? The hottest sauces in the world. Yeah, it's a guy who won. I don't know, is he the guy who won one of the where you put the matchstick in and just put the tip on your tongue. It's like the hottest
was that
sauces.
Carolina Reaper or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
So obviously that was difficult, but Yeah, I do like the spice.
Have like a favorite chili sauce,
As in like a...
like a brand. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I do. I actually do, and it's quite difficult to find. It's the green version of... What's it called? Exactly. You know, like normal Tabasco? No. In taste. Like, so you know the red Tabasco?
Yeah.
If you make a really lovely meal, like let's say you make, I don't know, whatever, spaghetti bolognese, a little bit spicy, and you put the red Tabasco on, then
really
it just
vinegary.
tastes of red Tabasco.
Yeah.
But you put the green one on, it adds heat.
And a little
doesn't
bit of
add-
rashiness as well, which is kind of nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel
It
like
doesn't-
maybe lots of Italians here in Bolognese with Tabasco are turning over somewhat.
Right, exactly. Bollock. No. No, but the green Tabasco just adds a bit of
Bit of flavour.
niceness. Yeah, just a hit.
So
behind that.
it's award season,
Yep.
and I have an admission. I'm a massive fan of Leonard Bernstein, and I've been watching him and his. You're right, mate.
Is this
Did I
linked?
say something wrong?
I don't know, but you did well with that.
You're right, mate.
Yeah, it's all good. I thought you inhaled the powder. I think.
No, don't inhale that. No, that's no.
I love it. Listen, if I was doing dance music, my next track would be cool. Inhale the powder.
You're right, mate.
Yeah, fantastic. I've never been better. Award season.
Award season. So we're interested in the music aspect of films and stuff. I was really looking forward to Maestro. I'm a massive fan of Leonard Bernstein. Been watching his kind of tutorials online.
So good.
And I thought the film Star Is Born was fantastic. I have to say, controversially, that I was very disappointed by Maestro.
Interesting.
Have you, embarrassingly, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say, but have you seen it? I mean,
I did, yeah. I watched it when I was over Christmas.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed it. Like maybe because I didn't know so much about him before.
Yeah.
So after that,
Yeah.
I went onto YouTube. It's funny actually. My girlfriend fell asleep watching it, and then she woke up, and I was like deep in the YouTube hole watching his stuff. She was like, "What part is this now? What's Bradley Cooper doing?" I was like, "You've missed it. The boat sailed." But
I mean, I think it was a good film. I thought it was beautifully shot, and I thought some of the music aspects were brilliant. But for me, it for a film that was about a personal relationship, it spanned too long a period, and it really didn't really explain what a very special person he was as a musician, conductor, and composer. It touched on those kind of inner conflicts. But I mean, there's some amazing films that, I mean, you know, people talking about streaming, this, that, and the other. There's like some of the best films being made at the moment. You watched one that you're a fan of.
well, no, I've watched Saltburn. Like, so I'm obsessed. You know, you did a YouTube thing years ago. And I'm obsessed with old English houses. I'm just obsessed.
Yeah.
I am, literally. As a kid, I wanted to go around the gardens, and me and my dad was historian buffs and this and that. So I got sent, before Saltburn was even out, I got sent from one of the agents I use or I work with for trailers, right? I got sent the Saltburn trailer. And it's like, she's going, this is going to be on point in the next 8 months. And I was like, I ain't even bothering with this trailer music. But I want to see this fucking film, big time, right? Because it's like a grand English house, and I've got a photographic memory. I can't remember any chords, right? But I got a photographic memory, and my wife will agree, of every house in England. You know, every fucking house in a Poirot. You've done Poirot, right?
yeah.
Which I'm, you know, for me, Julia and I, our favourite evening on a Sunday in the winter. Fire's going, Poirot's on. It's like there's some cracking reds going or whatever.
Yeah,
same with me and my mum.
And you just sit there and watch that shit, right? And I love it, right? And all the houses. So Saltburn comes up, and I'm thinking this is going to be really, really good. And you know what? I've watched it 3 times now. I watched it up on the train coming here, and it's on and Richard E. Grant is. You know, I mean, I'm a massive with Nail and I is one of the. It's like my staple, right? So I think what was interesting watching it again. The first time I watched it, obviously, there's a lot to take in, but this maybe second or third time, the second time at least, you realise how clever that film is. It's so clever because you go from the big stately home to one of the child, one of the children of the owners of of the stately home, going to take him to his mum and dad's house, which is in a nice cul-de-sac that he's, without no spoilers for him, whatever. But it's really interesting. So you never see, I don't think you've ever seen a film which switches from the glory of this stately home and this way of life, which is sort of out of our reach on every level, to boom, here we are in suburbia, and this is what we're doing, right? And this is what we're talking about. Yeah. So I found, and the music was, it's not my style of music, but it was so, the best word is glorious, right? The music was just unbelievable. It was just, to me, it was a pastiche. Maybe I've not researched the music. I know the composers are really good. I love the London Contemporary Orchestra. My dream is to hire them bad boys, right?
Yeah.
Because no, it's true, man. It's true.
It's
because
a good dream to have.
Yeah, but it is, man. And they're literally the bollocks, right? So, but you know, I didn't realise they were involved because I hadn't done no research. And I just watched this film and I just thought this was immersive.
Yeah.
I could just sit back and just be entertained.
Yeah.
And I will watch that. You know, I will watch that. I know about that, the Maestro film, but sometimes, if it's about music, you need to be in the right state of mind.
Yeah, and I mean, we're just the worst critics.
We are, because you can't switch off. So you like drum, you hear a dance, or whatever it is, a piece of music, go 808, 909, 707.
Yeah.
You know, but can't, how do you turn that off?
Yeah. I mean, the thing, I mean, Saltburn, I absolutely loved it as well.
Yes.
The thing, there's been a few things through movie history where like people will improvise something that's quite famous. Was it Gregory Peck with what's her name? When he pulled his hand out of the statue in Roman Holiday and it looked like it had been bitten off. And then there was Pretty Woman where Richard Gere bit her hand with a thing. This one, they got him to do an improvisation when he was mourning over a grave. And I reckon the crew went, oh, didn't know it was going to go that way. I've never seen that on a movie.
Well, it's Saltburn.
Yeah, you know when
because I've watched the YouTube, I've watched the round table with the actors.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's
Okay, I'll
really,
go check
really
it out.
good, right? And I don't think that was his problem. I don't know the actor's main name.
Yeah.
But I know he's the guy that gets knocked over in Dunkirk, one of my favourite films. Well, one of my new favourite films. He's that actor is fantastic. It's an Irish guy. And he said that on the round table, the one thing he was scared about was doing the dance and trying to sing. He's a cool, dark guy. And actually, in real life, when you hear him speak, he's proper, like, heavy Irish, cool dude, right?
It comes through a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
He could be, I mean, he's obviously not in real life nasty, but he could be nasty and he could be really, really serious. But it's like, that bit on the grave was like, oh my God, this is...
Yeah.
And I was watching it with my kids the first time and I'm like, oh no.
What's he doing? I think we're ready.
No, they're not that young, but...
Yeah.
I find it interesting that you watched it 3 times already.
I love it. So I'm a massive Richard E. Grant fan.
Be really careful because it really will scold. So what you should do is rip off this side here to reveal the bag, which you then have to rip off again. So,
Okay.
but
So
it's like
can
you
we
hold
not
it
take
here.
the bag out of this water?
Yeah, you can do that. But when you open it, just be
You're a
really careful.
maverick. I
And
love
then
it.
give it a stir. Okay, I'm going in.
If you split
Meatballs
that
and
bag,
pasta.
that red hot water is going to go onto your lap.
That's a good point. I feel like...
And all I want to do is see you eat that sausage.
You know, I was just about
I'm
to say I
obsessed
feel
with
like
it
you're
now.
my father, and then
when
he
you
said that.
said,
and I
"Feel
was
my
like,
sausage."
I really like this.
Uh-oh.
Really like it.
You're never going back.
I'm army wrestler from now on.
It's piping. It's piping. Is yours good
nice.
as well? Oh, man, I'm going to get shafted.
It's really, really nice.
You know-
and I'm not joking. This tastes like chili con carne.
I don't know. You know the Chet Baker song, Everything Happens
Dude,
to Me?
this is amazing.
No one's having any of this.
Exactly.
Is there some red?
Yeah, let's have some red with this.
Wait,
Does
if you
this
guys
actually
want any of
needs a
this one,
red?
You should have it first because I've got a cold sore, so I can't share.
No.
Well, I'm
You
glad
sure?
I'm glad you shared that before you shared that. If you know what I mean. There you go, mate. Actually, is yours nice?
No, yeah. Go.
Mine is really nice.
I don't have a cold sore.
No, and I don't
It's
have
like-
a cold sore.
You
I
only
will
get-
share with you.
You know when you get a can of beans and they add in the sausage?
Yeah.
It's like that, but a steak.
Ooh.
No, that's the opposite feeling.
I like it, but I want mine back.
I'm sorry,
It's
guys.
actually really nice.
I'm not ready for it.
No.
No. The beans are solid. The beans are a solid 4
I
out of
actually
10.
really, other than the instructions, I love it.
Honestly, have you tried, like, you know when you get, like, baked beans in a can, and they sometimes do it with sausage? It's
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had baked beans and sausage.
I'd always miss
When I grew up, I just had baked beans.
Fair, fair. Just no more 5-footers.
So, Simon, do we have any other questions from the floor whilst we munch unattractively on mic? No.
Everyone's just having a good laugh.
Is everybody enjoying it? I'm not allowed to say that. But I wanted to.
That was a few seconds behind.
Let's get some feedback.
That's how many out of 5 it gets for me. I really feel like
good.
I've been shafted here. I feel like you two got gourmet meals. What flavour's yours?
Meatballs, and I was, whenever it's like meatballs, it's kind of
Mine is actually really,
if I could
really nice.
Yeah.
I really would eat this.
What flavour's yours again?
Well, it's just amazing. No, it's
Chili con carne.
like a chili con carne, and it's actually a nice chili.
Oh, man. I really got shafted.
Oh my god, I might eat a lot.
From here, I don't want to put you off your food.
Yeah,
It
go on.
does look a bit like dog food from here.
Well,
I'm like, we should be feeding this to Buster.
Why don't we try and enjoy our food, nice glass of wine, and have a listen to where Theo is at. Just to explain that, basically, I've been working on a version of Music for 18 Musicians by Steve Reich, just
Oh,
taking the
that's
chords.
fantastic.
I just wanted to really get to know murmurations and small strings to know that I'm in control. If you know
so
what I mean.
some of this is going to be small strings.
And murmurations.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have some vocals going on it later this week. But
Yep.
Theo has been putting some guitars on, very much of the oeuvre of Steve Reich. And I actually heard a bit, and it sounded amazing. So,
I had a little bit, yeah.
Theo, are you okay to play it for us? Is that going to work, Alan? Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Thank
you as well. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, man.
I love you guys. That you got a really positive vibe here.
Oh, thanks, man.
You seriously have, man. I mean it.
I want to thank you as well. Like, as I said, you've got cooler friends than I do. Like, you're so.
Well, he knows me.
Yeah, true.
We'll be back at the end of next month. If there's any questions, put them in the comments down below. We do listen to them. This small startup really relies on you subscribing to the channel. It makes a massive difference for our
definitely.
efforts. We've got some amazing stuff coming up, and hopefully Andy will let us go and see his fuck off 5-foot guitar.
He will, and we've got some shit as well.
Let's take it away with where Theo's at with this track. Do subscribe to the channel, ding the bell, and see where we go with this demo as it develops. We're going to enjoy our army rations.
Well, I'm going to go with the red and the army rations, but I love both.
Fair.
Chin,
Thanks,
chin.
Christian.
Hey, cheers, guys.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, Anne.
Cheers, mate.